My name is Landry Chrisman. I'm 26 years old, and I'm from Allegan, Michigan, and I am the owner and creator behind the Sassy, which is a handmade headband business, and we make some other accessories too, but headbands are our bread and butter. And it's kind of strange to tell people that, like, yeah, I make headbands for a living, but I always try to explain as best I can that it's more than just headbands. It's a brand, and we help people feel better about themselves and kind of spice up their everyday look. I guess when people hear that I make headbands for a living, they maybe picture a small Etsy shop or just some craft shows, but I have built a $500,000 and counting business built on headbands. So I do not have any background in business or fashion design, and I just learned to sew a few years ago when I started my business. I actually wanted to be a veterinarian for most of my life, and when I went to college, I chose the pre-medical field, and I took almost all the prerequisites, and I went to the University of Michigan for both degrees. But my background's a little unique in the fact that I don't have any of the business experience, and from there I kind of was wanting to maybe be an orthopedic surgeon, and then my junior year of college I discovered the field of public health and subsequently epidemiology. So I decided to take a gap year between my undergrad and grad, and I was applying to school again, and I was doing an unpaid internship and waiting tables at night, and a few days I had to stay with my grandma who had just had back surgery. She's always sewn and been really crafty, and she's shown me how to do things my whole life, and so I asked her to show me how to use her 40-year-old sewing machine. That's what I learned on, and I bought a few pieces of fabric, made myself some headbands because I had really long, thick hair, and it was really wavy, and I couldn't find anything that kind of fit my style and actually worked to hold my hair back while I was waiting tables. And from there, the girls at work started asking about them, so I made a few more, and I went to Hobby Lobby and spent $42 on a little bit of fabric, and that's what started everything. And I remember going into the restaurant I was working at and spreading out the headbands I had made after the girls started asking on a steak tray in the back room, and I made like $200 that day. And I remember telling my parents, like, hey, maybe I'm onto something here. Maybe I could pay my way through grad school. And they kind of told me, like, yeah, honey, that's cute. Go team, you can do it. And then I did. And I was accepted back to the University of Michigan in their School of Public Health, where I received my Master's of Public Health in Hospital and Molecular Epidemiology. I paid my way through school by selling headbands and opened my Etsy. From there, I worked out of my small apartment in Ann Arbor, hired one person back home that kind of worked just doing random things, and then my second year of school, she took over filling orders. I saw my sales from 2016, and I had done over 100,000 in sales, almost 200,000, and I was like, man, maybe I could do this for a living. And people kept asking me, like, why are you finishing grad school? Why don't you just make headbands and do that? I wanted to finish my degree because I didn't know how my headband business was going to pan out. I really loved it, and I felt very passionate about it, and knew that deep down, I guess I could say, I felt that I had found my niche and what I really loved. But I had a very great backup plan as well, so I finished my degree, moved back to Allegan, and started renting an old insurance office downtown Allegan. And that was where I just wanted to work out of there, so I didn't have to have anything at my parents' house, where I started in their basement on the ping pong table a few years back. And I just figured, I'll just have a place to work here. And I always said, well, maybe we should just try and sell some stuff out of the front room. Like, maybe people stop in here and there, and we'll just, like, help them out and whatever. And this past spring, I was able to purchase the old Spring Grove Variety Building, which is known as the Huff Building in Allegan. And it was a big leap of faith, but a lot of things fell into place, and I worked really hard to make things happen. And I definitely ran into a lot of troubles with financing, as I'm young and I don't have a lot of credit history. And because I've built my business organically, meaning I built it out of the profits, I didn't have any business debt. It was super crazy. Some of my new staff, I just kept promising them, and my old staff, that things were going to be better. It wasn't going to be this chaotic, and it's finally panning out now. And I said, just wait until fall of 2018. Like, it's going to be great. And now we have our new store opened up, and we have clothing and accessories, more items that we make, and gifts and all sorts of things. And I like having my headquarters be in Allegan because this is where I'm from. And people told me I was crazy to put my store here, but I said, no, I have a really big local following, and I really think that Allegan's got a lot of potential. You just need to put something there that people want. So I took a risk with that, but it really worked out, and people started coming to the store, and I feel like I've been a really big part of the changes that have been happening downtown Allegan. Like, there's some other businesses and families that have come in and they're investing their time and money into Allegan. And it was really just a perfect concoction of events and timing and things like that that helped my business be successful down here.